Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. I want to say one quick thing before we get started reading. There are only two emotions that our whole body experiences. There's only love or fear. Those are the only two. Now, there's other uh, derivatives of those two, love and fear. There are other byproducts of those main emotions, but those we only have two emotions we experience that we can experience: love and fear. So, hate is from fear. You fear something that someone is going to do or did to you, um, or you fear an outcome. So, you're anxious or worry, or you're happy or joyous, but that's love. So, something to think about. I might go into that deeper one day, but not right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and take 3 big breaths and then read. So, together, if you want to breathe with me, we'll take 3 big breaths in our nose and out our mouth. All right, here we go. Very good. Okay, so we are not making the claim that just learning to breathe will prevent or treat cancer, but if you are a student of health and longevity, as most serious Tai Chi Kung students are, any little edge that can offset the aging process is welcome news. For those who really want to reap the benefits of Tai Chi Gung for their health, we recommend that they seek the coaching of a breath master like Rasaji or attend a Circle of Life seminar. They could also seek the counsel of a qualified Tai Chi Gung instructor certified and training under Rasaji to gain the experience they need to alter their alkaline acid balance. Information about seminars and qualified instructors can be found by sending an email request to inquiries at rasaji.com or looking through the rasaji.com website. And I think I would like to one day become a qualified instructor. So that would be cool. But this is the first step. Doing one 45-day challenge is the first step in going any further. So I got to be able to do this first 45-day challenge. Then we'll see. If I can't do that, then I shouldn't be a qualified instructor, right? We have had numerous students share with us over the years the profound benefits they have gained from applying the basic Tai Chi Gung breathing exercises. They have been able to use their albuterol inhalers much less. They have suffered much less from common allergies manifesting through the skin and in the respiratory system. And those results are not so surprising when you understand how the Far East explains the basic respiratory system. The lungs are considered the inner organ of respiration, but the skin is considered the outer organ of respiration. It is known that 70% of all the needs to be, I'm so sorry. It is known that 70% of all that needs to be eliminated from the body is actually done so through the lungs and the skin. So proper breathing has a profound influence on how healthy a person's physical body can be maintained. It's cool. For example, the lungs themselves are an organ that both expands and contracts, and many of the exercises in Tai Chi Gung are related to that ability. When you increase the pressure inside the lungs by taking in the breath of air, you displace anything else that might gather there, especially liquid. No two things of opposite order can occupy the same time and space at the same time or duration. This is a basic fact of nature and also a scientific fact. It is true in the cells when it comes to the level of acidity or alkalinity. If there is enough air pressure working in the lungs on a consistent basis, the strength and presence of that air pressure will keep the lungs free. When less air is taken in, when the breathing capacity is diminished, the lungs have a tendency to absorb the liquid and lean toward pleurisy. This is something that I actually know through firsthand experience. I suffered from serious kidney trouble. but I also had tremendous difficulties in my respiratory system with pneumonia, asthma, and pleurisy before that. With the help of Tai Chi Gong breathing over the years, I've been able to work through that. My yoga master and my Tai Chi Gong master have basically just helped me overcome these conditions. Over the 25 years I have been teaching, I have seen many, many students of Tai Chi Gong increase their breathing capacity by at least 20 to 30%. And that is amazing without treatment, without all the other stuff, the medical type of ways to do it, just by breathing. So, an advanced Tai Chi Gong practitioner can work with the lungs very much the same way that a long-distance swimmer or a marathon runner uses their lungs. These athletes maintain some of the healthiest lungs in the world. When you examine those athletes, you find very few cases of respiratory problems among them. You won't find much pleurisy or asthma or pneumonia. But so far, we have only really considered the biological effects of breathing and how Tai Chi Gong breathing can benefit a person's breathing in that regard. Now we will consider the impact of breathing on an individual's psycho-emotional state of being. According to the masters of Tai Chi Gong, the core element concerning the breath on the psychological level has to do with the birthing process itself. We are born a water baby and then become an air baby. That transition is more traumatic for some than it is for others. Some babies are breached, some babies have to be taken cesarean, some children have excess fluid in their lungs, and the memory of this birthing process is actually hidden in the cells during and after birth. As more and more fluid is excreted, as a person learns to breathe through this past experience, they begin not only to expel the toxins that go all the way back to their birth in their body, but they can even sometimes release the drugs their mother took when they were in the birthing process. As they learn to breathe through the memory of their birth, they reawaken the emotions connected to their own birthing process. That is awesome and wonderful, especially if you had issues as a mother, if you had issues giving birth, or as a baby coming into the world, having issues, complications, stress. The fact that you can clear that trauma, and your first trauma can be when you're in the womb or during birth. That could be the very first trauma. You don't have to have a traumatic event when you're 25 and you almost drown, or 30 and you have a major wreck, or one day, you're, I don't know, whatever other traumas that you have. I don't want to mention them, illnesses and things like that, surgeries. So trauma can and often does start in the womb, during birth, or as a little baby, and a lot of times we don't remember it. So if we're able to heal those traumas or release the effects that they have on our body, no matter how old you are, you could be 30 or 80 and have stuck trauma and that negative emotion and energy in your body that makes you to be angry or mad or sad or on the defense or other things. If you feel starved, when you could always be hungry and worrying about food all the time. If yes, your mom had drugs or was on drugs, or even just the drugs that they give us to have birth, that could be more detrimental on some babies and infants. So if we haven't worked through these traumas, they're still in our bodies no matter how old you are. And if you don't believe that, it doesn't matter. You don't have to believe and know and understand gravity for it to work. This is information that is true regardless of if you agree or not. That's it. What is the seed emotion related to the birthing process? Consider the birthing process for a moment. When a fetus is being born into the world, they are trying to move down a very narrow passageway. They are at times an 8, 9, or even 10-pound baby trying to move down a tiny birthing canal. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell us women about it. They are used to getting all their oxygen and nutrition through a cord surrounded by fluid at 98.6 degrees. It's as if they are completely safe inside an incubation tank, and when they find themselves thrust into a hospital room that is 60 to 70 degrees, Imagine the shock to the muscles and to the skeleton system as they move through the canal. Then all of a sudden, that newborn child is asked to do something it has never been asked to do before. It has been safely sucking oxygen and nutrition from the umbilical cord for 9 months, and then it is asked to breathe oxygen and clear its lungs of fluid. Sometimes newborn infants are almost forced to take their first breath. Yeah, some of them they're slapped. And as the newborn children breathe and deal with the fluid in their lungs, they experience deep emotions. Those emotions circle around these fundamental questions. Am I going to make it? Am I going to survive? Wow. So trauma starts there. Trauma and drama at birth or before birth. So I have stories I can tell, and maybe sometime some of you have heard them, and childbirth. And so we need to know. There are some people out there that do trauma healing, and they can take you back to when you were born and help you through any trauma you experienced in the womb or during birth or when you were young, very young, and you don't remember. So those you can go to someone if you need assistance, or you can do them yourselves. Or there's guided meditations online, YouTube, and you can do a guided meditation to heal childbirth trauma, or something like that. Womb, in the womb, birthing trauma. I've never looked it up. I'm sure it's there. So if you're interested in any of that and you want to talk to me about it, I could help you as well. So that is very, very cool. It's good to know. And a lot of people don't consider that, and they wonder why they're on guard or angry or whatever. So we can heal that, knowing that we can heal that. And breath work is one of the main things to do that. So I am in a hot room. I discovered early on when I was doing these videos that there was horrible sound. Well, it was my air conditioner. So I usually do this in the morning, and it's nice and cool in my spa in the morning, but in the afternoon it gets hot. And so I have to turn off the air conditioner so y'all can hear me and not have that sound in the back. And so in the morning I don't sweat, and it's afternoon I'm sweating. So I'm so sorry, but very interesting. There's so much more reading that we have to do, and there's so much awesome insight and information and revelations that we've gained already. We're just on page 40 of this book, and there's almost 100 pages here. Well, the last few is just like people saying that how awesome it is, but it goes, yeah, almost at page 90. So we're almost halfway through, and that's cool because we're on day 13. Today's day 13 that I'm recording now. So nice. We're going to make it. We're going to make it through the book at least once. I'm taking longer because we're talking about it, and it's very, very cool. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's take 3 more breaths together. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to remember to do this every time that we meet. Taking the breath. So you can put your hands on your abdomen, on your the bottom of your diaphragm. Well, it pushes it down, sorry, and out. Your diaphragm is here. During your lungs and your body, lower body. So, or you can put it on your chest, or you can put one here and one on your chest. Excuse me. So sorry. So there it is. Sorry. Okay. 3 breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Make noise or not. I love you. Bye.